Hello and welcome. We're going to look at the full moon in Sagittarius on the 17th of June, and we'll see how those energies will take us through the rest of the month. As usual, I have written a lot of notes to make sure that I cover all of the information that I want to share with you. And so I'll begin with some general information, and then we will look down through each of the elements and see what energies they provide us under the full moon. So to begin with, the full moon is often a time of intense emotions such as fears, stress and worry, and secrets can be revealed at this time too. Because the full moon has big energy, it's a good time to launch a project that you've been working on and bringing plans to fruition. So not beginning a new project, but launching something in a big way is a really good time around a full moon. The full moon in Sagittarius, the card here representing that is look at the bigger picture. So this is telling us not to overthink things around that time and don't get bogged down in the fine details. Sagittarius is very generous, and Sagittarians have a strong belief in themselves, and they can often be seeking answers to big questions and have an inexhaustible thirst for knowledge and information. Sagittarius also rules travel and going on a journey. So we'll look at how that affects each of the elements as I read through them. Also for the month of June, we have on the 21st of June the summer solstice for the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice for the southern hemisphere. So around the summer solstice or a solstice, the veil becomes thinner, and it's a wonderful time for meditation and high-level receiving of information. Now, this also coincides around the 23rd of June with the full moon conjunct with the galactic centre of the universe, which is the black hole in the centre of the Milky Way. This is an extremely powerful time for clearing and elevating and heightened energy for insights and downloads. It's a very, very powerful time spiritually. So this is a very big month of powerful energies with the solstice, the galactic centre, which is a galactic activation portal, as well as the full moon. So we'll just see what that shows up for each of the signs. So first of all, we begin with fire signs. And the first card we have here is communication is key. And so looking at that card, the fire signs will find that good communication will be a feature for the rest of June. Thinking before you speak or text or send an email to make sure that your intent is communicated clearly, whether it's love, work or some other issue. So the sixth house here, we had that at the beginning of the month under another element. So the sixth house is work, health and duty area of your life. Now, whether this is love or work related, this could mean that you need to look at what work and effort you need to put into this area of your life and not let standards slip here. Have you let a relationship slip or not putting as much effort into working on your relationship or areas of your work life? So if this is to do with your physical fitness and health, you feel unsupported, if you feel unsupported or even feel sabotaged by someone, then it may be a time to speak up and communicate that to them and ask for the support or encouragement that you want, or to say to them, to voice, not to provide their opinion unless it is constructive. So just communicate your feelings on that to them. Now, this card, Attraction, this is the supermoon here, which is another powerful supercharged card. And this card, being a supermoon, it attracts experiences, relationships, creativity, and some might be charged with emotion, a lot of emotion at this time with this supermoon card in the fire elements. So what we're saying with the full moon in Sagittarius is think of the bigger picture and don't fuss over the fine detail. If you're feeling a little bit supercharged in your emotions or wanting to make a point, just remember to look at the bigger picture. Don't fuss over the fine detail and just ease back a little bit. So for those fire signs who are very spiritual and intuitive, with the summer solstice around the 21st of June and the galactic activation portal, the vortex as some people also call it, on the 23rd of June, you might find that you are receiving a lot of psychic information and downloads around this time, especially with the supercharging of the supermoon. You might just find that you're quite sort of instinctive and intuitive. Now, the card that I've pulled for you, I've chosen Goddess cards for the full moon, is Guinevere. And Guinevere is true love. This might mean a new love is entering your life, or with the full moon you can manifest this wish. It might also be for an existing relationship that has had a romantic spark reignited, or with the supercharged card here, it might be a good time for you to ignite this flame, work on your love life, in other words, and just get that little fiery spark going. So the next one we have is air signs. And the first card we have for you is the air signs of Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. The first sign we have for you is the full moon in Scorpio. It's a time to release negativity. So this card is saying that there's no need to be worrying about these smaller things at the moment. Let them go. And that also applies to any negative people who may be in your life at the moment. Don't hold on to grudges and just move on from it. Don't let that pull you backwards. Don't let yourself become negative and nasty back to someone, because that's just putting that toxin inside yourself. So release any negative feelings and just let it go. So that's the suggestion, the advice from this card for air. The next one is the third house, and the third house is your potential to learn something and your local neighbourhood. So it's your learning. So this card can relate to the card above about the negativity, and what you have learned about yourself or others, take that forward through the rest of the month. So the learning relates to the energy of the people who are negative around you. What have you learned from those instances? What do you need to let go and walk away from, and just not make a big fuss about it, And again, it does come back to looking at the bigger picture, and is it really worth nitpicking over the fine detail, and just move yourself on. The next card we have is self-reflection. With the self-reflection, I've skipped down to this one more than lingering over these, because I feel it's saying the same thing as this card here about learning and looking inward at yourself. Might not feel very comfortable and can feel a little bit confronting at times to look at your strengths and your weaknesses. So this month might challenge some of your old beliefs in yourself and even in others, and you might find that there will be some revelations that will come to you, and you will have maybe you'll be feeling energized by these realizations that come to you. It might just be like a light bulb moment. And if you work through the process of self-reflection by maybe having some quiet time or meditating, then for a lot of people these meditations will be very revealing and powerful this month, with the portal that is around the 23rd of June. So this self-reflection here is a big moment for you through June, where there may just be something that will just open your eyes to yourself or to someone else, and it will be quite profound. I think that it will have quite an impact on you, as, like I said, like an aha moment. So the card, the goddess card I have for you is Athena, Inner Wisdom. And again, that card is following on from the same theme through here. And I think that's very powerful, because Athena is saying, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So trust and have faith in your inner knowledge. Again, this card is saying to quiet your mind and let go of worries and concerns that are cluttering your thoughts. Ask the universe for guidance and wisdom to what you need to do. So for water signs, we have a look here. Nothing is set in stone. So this card suggests change, and that is a situation in the process of changing or is still able to be changed, that you don't overthink things. And again, with the full moon in Sagittarius, you look at the bigger picture. Have you gone off track and need to pull things back, bring things back into alignment? If something's not working as you'd hope, then you're still able to work on it. So this card is really saying stick with it and just look at your options and what else can be done to put you back on track if you feel you've gone a little bit off track. So Mercury here is how you think, communicate, write, talk and travel. So Mercury, this is maybe saying that you need some more information to resolve the issues that you're working on through here. Talking with someone, or if it's work related, then utilising some information on the internet or researching more on what you need or want to do. Sagittarius here is about seeking answers and a thirst for knowledge and information. So that's where you'll find that what you need to make the changes here is just getting that little bit more information to get your bigger picture, and then it'll start to fall into place. So Mercury is also, so travel is indicated with Mercury, and with Sagittarius, part of Sagittarius too is travel related as well. So you might find that you might be wanting to make some plans to travel, and this seems to confirm a journey for you. What I would suggest though is to check the details thoroughly to make sure that you have the correct information and details for the trip. So if you are making a trip, I just think that this card is just suggesting that you need to make sure you have the information that you need, and check and double check all of the details if that is what you have planned. The next card is the Void. That's a really dark card to be seeing. Okay, so the Void is the dark moon, and it's telling you that it's a time to reset, release, and even rest. So maybe this trip, if you are planning a trip, is a well-earned vacation. It can also mean refreshing plans, referring to those changes, and again, these changes that can be made here. Letting go of old patterns or ideas. So this is also strong for the galactic activation portal around the 23rd of the month, where ideas and beliefs are put under a new light through new insights. So that would be resetting your ideas, your values, or whatever, and refreshing your plans and ideas, perhaps through extra information that you come across. So the Goddess card we have here for you is Damara, guiding children. You are good at helping, counselling and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So what I actually got from this card is that it could be referring to you and your own inner child, remembering to laugh and have fun and believe in changes, believe in what you're doing. It may even be some healing that you need to do from your own childhood, something that comes to you during this month that becomes clear like a light bulb moment. You might find that you have a realization of some changes that need to be made in your life, and even some questions that need to be asked, and then everything will fall into place. It's a very powerful month for every element this month, with the solstice and the portal. There will be a lot of deep thought, a lot of aha moments and realizations that will come to you, to everybody in one way or another. So the next one we have is Earth. So we have the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. And this one is, what do you need to release? So for the Earth signs, I found that all of your cards here, they seem to have a theme running through them of realizing something here for the last part of June. So the waning moon, what do you need to release? So let's just have a look and see the energies here. Something has reached a point where it needs to be let go, and it's a time to move on from it. For better or for worse, it there will be a decision made here. And this still comes back to the solstice and the portal. A lot of realization for people, a lot of just soul searching and cleansing and clearing of things. So this might be a person, or it might be emotions and feelings that you have held on to for long enough, and now you might feel a sense of relief to be able to let it go. So the release doesn't have to be a person, it can be some belief, some negative feeling, some hurt, some emotion that you've been carrying with you, and you just have a realization through this last half of the month that you don't need to carry it with you anymore. It's time to let it go, release it. So the 11th house here, this is where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends and social occasions. So it might be a time to look at your friends and those people around you whose values, opinions and behaviour have changed, and they just don't fit in with where you see yourself now. Their energy is maybe stuck and you have outgrown them in some way. Again, this might be due to the energies around the 23rd, and so it's maybe just a weeding out of people, and that is still coming back to this release where you just start to look around and see that there are some people who you're just not on the same vibration with. It's not saying they're good or bad people or anything like that. It's just some people come into your life and they're there for a while and then you just outgrow each other and you move on. So there might just be something like that going on there. The next card is discernment. I really like the look of this one. You look at the clouds across her eyes, clouding her judgment, clouding what she's seeing here. It's a brilliant card. So discernment is looking carefully and clearly at people and situations. The clouds are clearing and so is your perspective. We can see perhaps in hindsight that we have made poor decisions in the past, as all people do. And now we have an opportunity to change those old patterns and set up boundaries and release what no longer serves us. So this all ties up to releasing, reevaluating, looking at people, situations, work, anything, relationship with your loved one or whatever. What are you getting from them? What are you giving to them? And it doesn't mean that you have to leave them. You might just, or ask them to leave or whatever. It might just be a cathartic time for letting some things go and refreshing that relationship, refreshing things. And in terms of old friends, sometimes, as I said, you just release them and you just move on, and you might still stay friends with them, but they're not in your inner circle anymore, and that may be how things were anyway, and it's just a realization that you come to that that's the way that is, and take no offense from it and just realize that you have maybe just outgrown each other. So the goddess card we have for you here is Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Very, very strong card over everything that we've just been talking about. Boundaries, Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Discernment, the 11th house here, and what do you need to release. Now, one other thing with the 11th house here, it's also known as the wish card. So you can see the star here, and she's wishing on a star. So it is actually an extremely lucky, fortuitous card to have. And with the full moon in Sagittarius and all of the energies going on with the vortex and the portal, it may be a good time to manifest some luck for yourself, some good luck for yourself, and maybe have a wish or two granted. So get your positive thoughts going, and good luck to the earth signs. Good luck to you. So let me know in the comments below how this month has gone for you later on in the month as it unfolds, because it is a very profound month for feelings, thoughts, realizations, and everything that's going to come through the 21st, 23rd, and through beyond that towards the end of the month. I'd really love to know how those energies have impacted on you and your world and your realizations of yourself. So let me know in the comments below. So that's your reading for your full moon in Sagittarius on the 17th of June. I will see you next time.